Okay, so our pasta sauce is ready to be blitzed. So I'm just gonna pop the lid on and I'm gonna blitz that. We have quite a bit of pulp left over. Now the whole point of this exercise is to get extra veggies into the kids. So I've just drained out all the juices and what have you, and I've popped this in the remaining pulp into my blender. So I'm now going to blend that just to mix it up even further. So now we've just got the kids, look, they cannot possibly see any veggies in there. What we've got now is a lovely thick pasta sauce. Fantastic. Right, okay, so I've dry fried some mince earlier and I'm just going to pop some salt, pepper and some garlic salt powder in there. So I'm just to season it a little bit more. And I'm just then going to add some pasta sauce without spilling it everywhere, hopefully. So just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to stir that all up. Okay. And now comes the construction part of our lasagna. Now, as you will remember, I made some lasagna sheets out of cauliflower and spinach, and here we are. This is the end result. Now basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this across. I hope I've made enough. I've actually got some more as well, so I'm just going to layer this across. The crumbly bits here are actually perfect for filling in the gaps and what have you. So yeah, so you get the idea. So I'm going to pop that bit there. I'm just hoping that the kids, well, they're not silly, but they don't tend to look at the food unless they actually know what's in it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just layering that across. Little bits of, yeah. So now, instead of using cheese sauce or Belgian sauce, however you pronounce it, I'm actually using natural yogurt. So I'm going to pop that over the top and spread that in a thin layer over the top. Different, I know, but it's gluten free. And also my son, he doesn't eat any dairy either. So I'm trying to get this in here so that, yeah, so that he actually gets some dairy into him as well. So, and as I say, natural bio live yogurt is actually really good as well. So yeah, so I've popped that in there. I'm just going to pop that up there a second. And I'm just going to add a little sprinkling of the hard Italian cheese that I've grated earlier. So yeah, I'm just going to pop a bit of that over the top of that. And there we have one fully constructed lasagna all ready to go in the oven at 180 degrees for roughly about half an hour. Once the kids get home from school, fantastic. So today I am making gluten-free lasagna. I have a child who is absolutely adamant that he will not eat any green vegetables whatsoever. I have another child who, if I put onions in her food, she will literally sit there for 2 hours picking them out. So today, this is what I'm doing. And we have fresh tomatoes, fresh basil, fresh, well, it's bagged spinach. We've got cauliflower, honey, some Italian cheese, eggs, some natural yogurts, aubergine, which I've chopped up here, some courgette, some red onions and some crushed garlic. So I've now added some chopped tomatoes, some fresh chopped vine tomatoes, and we're gonna wash them all. So now I'm gonna pop all of these ingredients, the courgette, the aubergine, the onion, garlic and fresh chopped tomatoes, into my slow cooker crock pot. Get a little nudge. And I'm now gonna add some tomato puree, just a squirt. I'm also going to add some crushed up beef oxo cubes, so beef cubes, beef stock, and some coarse ground black pepper. We're going to put a bit of some sea salt crystals in, but we're going to crush those up as we do it. These are amazing, I love them. A bit more in there. A bit of Liam Perrin's Worcester sauce, so just a splash of that. And we're also going to put in there, to sweeten it, because tomatoes can be quite bitter, we're going to put, if I could open it, we're going to put a little bit of honey just to sweeten it. I don't like using sweeteners and I don't actually like using sugar, so these are pretty good. And then we've also got some bay leaves, which I'm just going to chuck in there as well. Right, I'm also going to add in a vegetable stock pot, so just to add a little bit more flavour, if it will come out. There we go, in it goes. And I'm now going to add some fresh water, well, bottled water. I'm quite fussy, I don't actually like tap water, so I'm just going to put some of those in there, just to basically cover it. And voila, we've got that in there. Now I'm just going to give it a quick stir, just to mix it all up really. And I'm going to pop that in the slow cooker holder. And well, it's nearly lunchtime as I'm making this. Just chuck that in there. Watch out that I don't break the vase that I've got in the sink. Pop the lid on, and I'm going to set that to high because I want that to cook quite quickly, because obviously the kids are going to be home from school shortly, and I really don't want them seeing all these veggies that I've got in there. Now, while the pasta sauce is cooking, this is where we're going to get even sneakier. I'm going to make homemade pasta sheets. So for this, I'm using cauliflower. I'm going to pop it in the food processor, and spinach leaves. So we're going to pop that all in there. These kids will get some greens and veggies. And I'm just going to pop it all in. I don't want to put too much spinach in because the green might just give it away slightly. And yeah, I'm just going to pop that in there. A bit more spinach. I'm also going to add some coarse ground black pepper and some sea salt crystals. Oh, I've got a squirrel in my garden. My dog doesn't want to see that. She'll be having that for lunch. I don't know about anything else. Right, okay. So I'm now going to pop the lid on. And I don't know where the other part's gone. Never mind. This should do it. Right. Put the lid on, and I'm just going to blended up now, lovely. I'm just gonna add in some beaten egg just to bind it, and then I'm going to blitz again. So on some greased baking parchment, I've just used some extra virgin olive oil and just brushed it lightly over the baking parchment. I'm now going to add or try and spread it out over the baking parchment into a flat layer. So quite a bit of it here, and I'm just going to bake that in batches to make our lasagna sheets.